Alright, so welcome to Summerween, the time where we pregame for Halloween pretty much. Whether that be gathering costume materials, because I'm doing that right now. And pro tip, materials are plentiful this time of year and cheaper. Or, and I haven't done this yet, but I would like to, we carve a jack-o'-lantern face into watermelon or pineapple, or really like any summer vegetable. I'd like to try that, but I'm not going to do like any summer vegetable. But on today's episode and subsequent episodes they'll be book related. So I'm taking it back to the required summer reading list that we had back in school, but it's going to be more interesting. So the subject of today's video or episode is a novella called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and it's by Henry Farrell. So this is a neo-gothic novel set in LA, in Hollywood, California, and it's about two sisters, Jane and Blanche Hudson. So as a child, Jane is the star and she is lavish with attention, specifically by her father. Her mom is just like, you really need to stop, you're ruining her. But much to the dismay of her sister Blanche, who's younger than her. So, first of all, we can go with appearances too. So, Jane is blonde, while Blanche is dark-haired. And I think that also plays into, like, their relationship, or lack thereof. So, Blanche and Jane grow up, and Blanche becomes a Hollywood starlet. Like, she becomes very famous. She becomes a very good actress. She, reason being, this is all Hollywood. People were shallow back then. So Blanche is prettier than Jane, and they kind of, go on that, and she also happens to be a good actress. And this puts Jane in the background, but in Blanche's contract, her film contract, Jane has to be in the movies with her. And you'll see why she does it that way. Because at first I'll kind of spoil it. At first you think it's like, oh, that's very nice of her. But it's kind of like a revenge type thing. So the two switch places basically as far as their careers go. And when the book opens, Jane is an alcoholic. And she's a very childlike older woman, while Blanche is wheelchair bound due to an accident that occurred years before when she was at the top of her career. And you'll see what that accident is in the novel if you read it. So what makes this book an excellent Summerween read is, of course, the setting. First off, it's warm and it's in sunny California, but it has these, like I said, like gothic elements. So the house is this old, what Farrell calls like a ridiculous or absurd rather Mediterranean style home. You've seen it. You've seen the kind of house I'm talking about. So that lends to like the gothic element of it. And then you have Jane. Jane is so creepy, and I think part of it is I've seen the movie several times with Betty Davis and what's her name, Mommy Dearest. You know what I'm talking about. But Jane is so creepy. Like, she's so unnerving and childlike, and it's gross. Like, she's so unnerving. Oh my god. And it's like her childlikeness goes beyond like how she dresses and how she acts. It's her mindset. Like, she spoiler alert, she kills their maid and she goes downstairs and she drinks, I think some bourbon or something, and she's sitting there like, I won't think about that. And she's just like, it's like if I don't think about it, it'll go away. So yeah, like I said, she's in like this state of arrested development. It's so unnerving. It's very unnerving how you'll see like how childlike, yet I guess you could say she's a sociopath, like sociopathic or psychopathic. I can't remember the definition or the difference, but like, no, she's not sociopathic. She's psychopathic. Because she knows what she's doing. And she, like, you know, the sociopath, they don't care. Like, they don't have a, you know, a moral compass. No, she does stuff and knows what she's doing. Like, the stuff she does to her sister is awful. I mean, it's like, oh my god, it's you just gotta read it. There's and also the way that Pharrell writes, like, I don't want to sound like pretentious or whatever, but the way that Pharrell writes is it does have that suspense. And I list, first of all, and we'll get back to the rest of the plot, but I listened to this novel while I was cleaning house. You can also read it, but I don't know, I preferred listening to it. And yeah, it was amazing. But so what's also creepy, you know, related to Jane, because Jane is the creep factor, she's giving us all the creeps, is, okay, she was a star in the vaudeville era, which basically was an era where people performed on stage. So this is like pre-TV movie era, and she's still trying to hold on to that. Like, she's going out and she's like, yeah, I was Baby Jane, and she's telling these people who are in like their 20s and 30s or younger, and they're like, okay. And she's like, do you know who that is? And they're like, no, here's your check. Like, here's your groceries, bye. But like the main plot, the main story itself is set in the 60s. So yeah, Jane's completely nuts. I got that in my notes. Like, that girl she is next level. I mean, I can't, I'm speechless. But yeah, she's so creepy. Like, I keep saying that. I can't describe how creepy she is. And I think part of it is, I watched the movie, I've seen the movie dozens of times, but I've also, you know, now that I've listened to the book, it's just like, girl, you have got to get some help. I mean, like, yeah. So that is the first episode of what I like to call, for the Summerween / summer series for Painted Haint, books to knock the chill off. So this is a good read or a good listen to sit in your room with the lights down low, in the heat of the day, because it's oppressively hot here in Atlanta. They said it was supposed to be 80 something. It was 90 yesterday. That's a horror movie in itself. But this has been Painted Haint, books to knock off the chill. Books to knock off the summer heat, my bad. And I will see you on the next episode. So the next episodes, to remind you, will be all book related. So the next one, we're going to be talking about, what are we talking about? The White Witch of Rose Hall. I'm reading that book, and you'll see. So yeah, so I will see you all on the next episode. Please stay cool and have a nice day, night, evening, twilight, whatever. Bye.